And welcome to Check 1 2, where we talk to survivors, advocates and supporters of testicular cancer awareness, all recorded here at the world famous Podcast Studio Glasgow. Today I've got a beller of an episode for you. I'm joined by the legends themselves, Weegie Hink Ae That. Yes, the comedy trio that have taken over your TikTok feed, your For You page and probably your group chats. And now they're here to talk comedy, Christmas and of course testicular cancer. We're diving into why humour works when the subject matter gets a bit below the belt, the importance of normalising the chat around testicular cancer, and obviously we're going to be talking about their brand new Christmas single, Feeling This Christmas. Spoiler, it's catchy, it's chaotic, and it's raising awareness in the best possible way, and the only way that Weegie could possibly do. So grab a cuppa, get cosy, and let's crack into this. This is Check 1 2 with Weegie Hink Ae That. I suppose just to kind of start, I suppose just explain, Weegie Hink Ae That, and to someone who's maybe never seen the stuff before, and what you do.
Do you want to take this one?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of hard to describe what we do because we don't know what we do half of the time. Essentially, it's sketches and songs that are made up for Gregor and his wild mind that sort of morph and take different... how do you even describe what we do? Sketches, songs, all over the place, audience interaction.
Yeah.
Take the pee out of each other.
I think it's hard to explain right now because it's kind of grown arms and legs from when we started.
Yeah.
And originally when we started, it was, we were inspired by the likes of Chewing the Fat and Still Game and Limmy's show. Mm-hmm. So we kind of wanted to do our own version of that. But me and Elliot were musicians, and we loved all of Billy Connolly's old songs.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for your wellies, all those sort of things. So we thought, all right, why don't we bring that together in a sketch world? So we still have the songs, but then we have sketches that go with the songs. And we started doing that for a while, and then over time we've just jumped into different realms, and we found short form content, started doing that, started making loads of sketches on the internet, then moved from that to now we do festivals where we just do sets of songs, and then we also tour. So we've done a bit of everything. We've done a bit of hosting as well.
Yeah.
Like we're kind of
jacks of all trades,
master
kind
of none.
master of none, absolutely. Yeah.
But I suppose the advent of the way that comedy now is so accessible on YouTube or TikTok, in these short form things, must be a really great experience to be able to kind of go, right, how can we have this idea and then what platform do you put it on? It must be pretty cool to be able to have all these wee avenues that you can explore.
Yeah, sometimes it's overwhelming, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you have so many things that you want to concentrate on. I mean, I'm sure we'll get to it at some point, but doing a charity song was massive for us. I mean, it's something I've wanted to do for a very long time. And sometimes when you have so many little things that you'd want to do, it's actually really difficult to kind of focus on that one particular thing.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many different
things
options.
that you're doing, it's
Yeah.
hard to put all your concentration on one thing, because if you focus solely on that, then the other things sort of dip down, so it's kind of hard to keep everything on a level playing field at the same time.
Because for us right now, I'd say we're not posting as much content, but then we've been pretty much non-stop with touring, probably since about
August.
Yeah. So,
and then at the start, obviously, you'd be juggling that with your day jobs, and then you're trying to get together and get time together, to write.
That's the difficult part. Essentially, everything else is fun apart from you sit down at the start of the week, right? Who can do Tuesday night? Oh, I can do Tuesday night, but I can't. And then it's it's difficult because the group aspect of it. It's you have to work with each other. Whereas if you're an individual, you need you could just sit down in your house every night and go over what you're doing. Whereas with us, we need to work harder, essentially, I think, to make it work. Because if all three is only putting in the effort, then it's not going to work.
And it's difficult because just off what you said, it's difficult with that because you're balancing also people's other work lives, but then also their own personal lives, and then you've got this consistent of the three of you, and it does feel, we've joked about it before, but it does actually feel like being in a marriage with two other people. Because you are having to do pretty much everything together, and I mean, we're grateful for it, but now, particularly the way that things have gone for us, you're not. You are a lot more reliant on it, and to keep it, you've got to feed it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you have to keep working at it, to keep pushing it, and then you're also making sure everybody's happy. It's a very difficult thing, but I do love it, mate. I hope that comes off.
Yeah, same.
It's like, love you, bro. And how did you come together, like as a trio? Like, what was it that kind of brought you, the three together?
It was uni.
Was it?
Well, it's a funny story because he actually wasn't even in that day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we'd started a group. For uni, we had to put a show together and take it to the Edinburgh Fringe. Right. And everyone wanted to do plays, but me, Elliot, and another boy at the time, we were sat down and we thought, no, we just want to do a sketch show or something. We didn't even know if we wanted to do that, but we wanted to do something funny. Yeah. And I went away and thought about it and naively thought, right, I'll write some comedy. Didn't think anything of it, just thought I'll give it a go. And we had to have a group of 4 at the time. And we were thinking, we were like, all right, well, there's only 3 of us. But there's one guy who's not been in for a wee while because he's not well. Or something was up here.
I got a knee operation.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. So, we'll just take him. He's from Glasgow, so it makes sense. And then, thank God we did, man.
Yeah. Aye. So you're the kind of Ringo Starr of it all, you know, just come in and make it better.
That's great.
Which is what a cool kind of way to kind of just like kind of, I suppose, come together and when you're thrown together like that, like having to do it for uni. That's kind of how Cahonas was created by Richie. He done it as a uni project, and then you kind of look at where he's brought it, which is incredible. Like, so what was the first thing that he's kind of like, see, like obviously with that like university fringe thing, what was the first thing that he's kind of done together that he's went, this actually works? Like, how are we going to take this forward?
Yeah, I mean, I still, do you know what? It's funny. I'll let you answer it, but I will just say, I still feel like that.
Right, okay.
There's still things that we're doing that I'm like, oh, this is it. This is the thing that...
Right.
It's kind of like a snowball effect, maybe.
Like each stage is always going to get...
I guess there probably was maybe 1 or 2 original ones, but I'll let you...
I kind of think what, like, sitting there and going, oh, this is definitely going to work. Like, because when we started, it was just friends and family coming to see, so they would come and see it, really. But they would, when they would come and see you, the backflips or whatever. But I can't pinpoint a time where it actually just went, oh, this is working. Aye. It's just like we individual moments where everybody's having a good time. You're like, oh, this is nice.
Aye. I think that's what's given it longevity, though. Is that it hasn't been an overnight thing that you're like, oh, this could work. We've had to constantly have the patience and also the want to do it. I think that's why when we have had, because it's weird when you try and condense what we've done and you explain it to people, it does sound like we've done a huge amount of stuff in a short period of time, which arguably we have, but because it feels like we're constantly grafting away at it. To us, it doesn't feel like that, but I can see why.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because we'll do something and we'll be like, oh, that's amazing, but what can we do that's better? Yeah. Like, we're never happy. We could be doing like 1,000-seat capacity and be like, oh, but there's 10 empty seats. Yeah. What can we do to fill the 10 empty seats? You don't know if that's good because it keeps you driven to keep pushing, or you should take a step back and appreciate it. But it's kind of like trying to find that middle ground.
Yeah, balance it out.
Which is difficult.
It is that I've been telling myself that a lot recently, that I need to appreciate it more. Yeah. And like you said, probably find some of those moments. But I think if I could pinpoint it to one, it was probably the very first Fringe that we did. We were in 3rd year at the time, and we didn't have the money to put on a show, so we just went to the free Fringe. And they just gave us this, like, how would you say? It was above...
Kind of like this room here. It was like a converted office building, and they'd put 30 chairs in it with, like, see this table, put on, like, a couple of bits of wood and went, right, there's your stage.
But it was one of the best things I think we'd done. Because we'd never done it before. We didn't know what to expect, but we sold out every day. And because it was the Fringe, it was people we didn't know. Yeah, and that was kind of the beauty of the Fringe, is that you could bring in a new audience, and we'd sell out every day. We did it for a week, and we were selling out, and we had a bucket to try and get some money for it. And I think the first day we'd walked away with like 30 quid each, And I remember thinking I was a millionaire. I was like, how have I just got on stage for an hour with my pals, had a laugh and walked away with 30 quid? Went to the pub every single day after that, just with this pint money. So I think that was when I knew there's something in it.
Yeah.
I said I definitely think that there's something in this, but yeah, it's taken a while to. We've changed so much over the course of I'd say 4 years. We've
even
changed
the style of how we do things. Like we used to do it strictly because we come from a theatre background. It was like, don't break the fourth wall, don't interact with the audience, don't like even acknowledge their existence.
Right.
But now it's like going into like stand-up venues and you see stand-ups like how they do it, and then bringing that into what we do, it just adds like a different element. And then the songs are grown arms and legs. Like it used to just be the most basic songs that we would do, but now it's like all this like charity singles and stuff like that.
Yeah, like full
mad.
big productions, having to go to places to record it and stuff like that.
It's nice. Like I can appreciate the value in it, and some. I mean, even this weekend we're off to the SEC.
Yeah,
it's the Lomond Suite, but we're doing 2 shows there. And I'm thinking, used to go there as a wee guy, and think I'd love to be here one day. And it's stuff like that. Pinch me moments are.
Yeah,
they're hard to come by, and I think when they do happen, you do need to try and appreciate it.
Yeah. It's that evolution that if you are and and like you say, if you're constantly evolving your style and all that kind of thing, it must be great and to have that hustle to want to change, because you can get really stagnant, I suppose, if you just like stayed like doing the same stuff over and over.
Yeah, and it keeps us on our toes as well, because there's nothing worse than when you're out on like 28 shows at the Fringe, and then you're out on tour after it straight off the bat, and you're like, right, well, it's the same material, but how do we keep this exciting for the three of us? So you just start making things up. You just start chucking things in and trying to keep it fresh and exciting for each other. And I think that's part of the magic of it. It's not so much the material, but it's the way that we handle
the interactions.
Yeah, it was weird because I was listening to like the way through, I was listening to John Cena. He was on Rogan, right? And but he was talking about like how his wrestling career went, and it was always just say yes. It's like he started off with it as this kind of really stiff character, then ended up like this white rapper, and it was just like, I just say yes because they'll give you the opportunities will come, and do you kind of feel like that if like, obviously you've done sketch and then you get offered like, do you want to do panto, and you're like, yeah, is that kind of like how you approach like what you're doing, like just say yes to it?
Well, a lot of the time we're having to, I think it's saying yes to the sort of concepts that we're coming up with, more than anything, because when you were saying that there, I was thinking we have said yes to some things before that I really wish we hadn't. Certain gigs, but we've done stuff before. We're like, but then other things, like we went to America and we hosted this festival. Now we had no idea how to host, but we did it. And it was one of those things that now we've been back before, we'll go back again, and we would never have even known that had we not taken that opportunity to just say yes to it and do it. Yeah. Same with panto. I turned around to the boys 3 years ago and went, listen, I'd love to write an adult panto for us. And I don't know who's at fault here, if it's me or if it's them, but nobody ever tells me no. They always just kind of go, all right, we'll see.
Let's go for it.
As long as it's not terrible.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know. Maybe they are.
Well, another 3 years down the line, you're back doing it as well. So it's obviously. Is there anything you've ever pitched to the guys that they've went, nah, you can't fucking do that?
Usually I'm the one that tries to say things. Like Greg will bring stuff, and I always try and add like a different layer to it. Right. Like, because like quite a lot of it's like surface level, and I try and take it below that, like to try and appeal to sort of different people. And I'll say something in the rehearsal room, and the two of them will just look at me and be like, don't ever say that on stage.
Yeah, you keep me on my toes, mate.
It's like, please don't.
Yeah.
Is there any time that when you're on stage, you're like, oh, I could just say that and that's it?
Aye, there's a time where I messed up in Govan. Just after the Queen had passed away, I said something because we had a sketch, and then we'd altered the sketch because the Queen had passed away. Right. And we gave it a different punchline, but the new punchline didn't work, and the old punchline was about the Queen. So I then said it in Govan, right, and the full room just turned on us and like This was like within the first 5 minutes, we still had another like 25 minutes to go, so it was just a room of silence for 25 minutes.
Oh, really?
Everybody just sitting looking at us.
That was one of the most humbling things I think we've ever done.
You're welcome.
To absolutely bomb like that, just like.
But it's the way that I always describe Connor as kind of being like he brings that cheeky sensibility to it. I mean, we all do, but you've got the ability to kind of go in a direction I wouldn't. But it's a good balance, and I think that was the only time I've seen him do it. Or push the boundary a bit where he's actually shat himself. And I knew that when he looked at me, because I was stood next to him, when he turned and looked at me, I was like, oh no, wait. It's just actually it. It's just game over.
When you came off stage, like, and was there any interactions with the audience when you were finished that anybody went, guys?
We just went out the back door. We went off stage into a game, we just looked at each other and we were like,
The thing is, we came back the next night as well to the same place, and I think that's right, isn't it? We were there 2 nights, and it was all right the second night, and I think that's just because we'd set the bar now. The bar was so low. We were like, well, we're chilling. So that's ended up being okay. But you know it's a bad gig when all the comedians are sitting there like, this is,
I know it's a bad gig because Elliot's girlfriend was in the audience and she was also sitting there like this.
Really? She wasn't even laughing.
And she was like, it was just pack mentality. I couldn't be the only one laughing.
It would have been great if she was. Imagine you just had that one solo voice laughing and everybody's just looking at her.
Oh.
But obviously I've seen like kind of bits and pieces of kind of like interviews like that you've done as well, like, and you've talked about like finding out that you were dyslexic and things like that. So see, when it comes to writing comedy, like you kind of hear like people who have dyslexia, they do approach things in a kind of certain kind of different way. Like, see, for you writing comedy, does that feel like a bit of a superpower that you can have a different perspective on something? Yeah,
well, I mean, it's difficult because you basically, I see things more like in images. Probably is the way I would describe it. And the reason I started writing short form is because I struggled to basically have what would you call it?
Concentration?
Yeah, but the concentration, or also I just didn't think I'd be able to write for that long without having to completely spell check and punctuate absolutely everything. So short form was what I found was the most helpful. And then over time, you just got better and better at it. And I think, that for me, if I answered that question there,
I think so. I just because I'd seen because it was an interview you did here with Mark that you kind of talked about it, and I was like, I wonder, because my background was in mental health, so like there was lots of kind of like, you see, when you meet people who have got like I basically, see, if I was diagnosed as a kid, like, because I'm 40, I would have been diagnosed with ADHD if I was a kid now. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's even as an adult. And I always wonder, like, because my wife will always say to me, like, how come you think like that? I'm always interested, like, when you hear if somebody's maybe got like dyslexia or ADHD, like if they think differently like I do, kind of thing.
Well, I think it was more. Well, I never. So I don't know what was going on in that clip, but I'd never. It wasn't something at school that we were aware of. It was just, I was never very good at it, and then over time it was becoming more and more apparent that, all right, like with numbers as well, quite struggle with numbers sometimes, and I always found short form easier to do because of that. And I don't know if it's the nature of comedy that I feel like you're not limited by grammar or punctuation as much, because like I'll send them scripts, but then also I'm in comparison to them, I'm actually quite good, because we say that a lot, but I'll send them stuff and I'll notice it even when I've sent them scripts. I'm like, that doesn't look right, there's a lot of punctuation errors there or whatnot. And I think comedy's great because you don't feel so limited by it. And I also found that about Scottish dialect, that I found it easier to write in, I don't know, what would you call that, like mannerisms or
colloquialisms type of thing.
What I find it so much easier to write like that than if I'm having to be very structured with it, because I found it quite difficult to do when we were doing like BBC short stuff sketches. And I found that quite difficult to write out. Because there's just a different structure that was needed for those sort of things, and I kind of struggled with that a wee bit. But yeah, I guess it is kind of. To be honest, mate, I've probably got a million things that I don't even know I've got.
Yeah.
Like probably because they say that all the time. They're like,
He's got a couple of things. I'd say.
So, but yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I don't know if you guys are ever going to want to write at some point, but
I'm alright. I'll leave that to you.
You just like being the performer.
Yeah, I enjoy that.
And so, see for you, like then, see when you get the scripts and that, is there anything that you like? Do you have this idea when you get the script of how you want to play it, or is it all kind of written out as is?
I think Gregor sort of changed over the years. Like he used to come into it with like an idea of how he wants it to be done, but now he just sort of writes it how he wants it to be done, and then we will do it, and it will be completely different for what he had in his mind originally, and then he'll ask us about it and be like, why didn't it like that? Try it like this. And we'll probably not listen to him, but it'll make us think about it in a different way.
Yeah.
And like the way that he writes stuff, sometimes like we'll say the same thing without saying the actual words that he's written down, which really gets to him as well sometimes.
yeah, that really bothers me. I don't know why. I think it maybe ties back to what we were saying. I think sometimes I might get a bit. I've been described as circumlocucious before. Okay. It was a teacher at school told me that. Circumlocucious is you struggle to get to the point. And sometimes when I'm writing, and it's fine, like I totally agree with you, it even happened in Panto, where they'll read back some of the wording to me that I've put down, and they'll be like, that doesn't make sense, or that is a super long way of getting to the point. And I'm like, no, keep it the way it's written, because it makes sense in my head, right? That makes sense. That's how it should be. But also, yeah, I think we've gotten used to the way that each other works over the years, and I know now that when I handle, I need to not be as. I think I used to be very precious.
It's like a baby, you don't want anybody.
I know,
to touch
but I was vulnerable at the time with it, wasn't I? I didn't know if it was funny, and I just wanted it to be the way it was. Whereas now, I know for a fact I write a script, and I'll be lucky if 60% of it is the same. I think the only thing I do get. It's certain punchlines. I think certain punchlines. If you can get my punchline out, that's all that matters to me.
Do what you want with the rest.
Do what you want with the rest of it.
I mean, growing up, like the two years, like did you love comedy growing up? Was it something that you always kind of saw that could be a trajectory, and was there any kind of heroes that you had?
For me, growing up, the only comedy I really had was like Live at Apollo. I'd sit and watch that with my mum. Right. But growing up, I wasn't like outgoing or anything like that, so I never thought that performing would be something that I would get into. Like when I was leaving school, I applied for 3 things. It was joinery, fitness, and then drama. And then drama was the first one that I got the audition for, and I got in straight away. And I was like, I guess I'm doing drama for the next 3 years then. So growing up, it wasn't like sort of something I thought I would be doing. But Lee Evans was one I always loved growing up. He would come up a lot, and Stuart Francis with the one-liners.
Oh yeah,
he's a good one.
Yeah. I've got to love a good one-liner.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think I remember like when I would do school shows, I was always getting told that I had a really good facial expression. I was always told that you've got great facial expressions for it. I've got a wild face. My eyes are massive. I've got a tiny nose. It works. And I kind of took to that. I think I remember the first time going up on stage and getting a laugh from something I'd said. And I do remember having this bit of a like, there's a bit of power here. This is a nice feeling. It's nice to have people laughing with you rather than at you. And then even if they're laughing at you, it's fine because you've allowed it. Do you know what I mean? You're letting them do it. I think that's why I've always kind of liked it. I think it's being in control of the silliness, which is a nice feeling.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think when I was a kid, absolutely, I had a taste of it through like Amdram theatres, that sort of thing, and then school shows if we ever did them, and then outside of that, I found Still Game when I was about maybe 8, and I was obsessed with it. Yeah, obsessed, like just to the point where I think I could still quote it. I reckon I was actually watching it the other night. Right. But yeah, and then Limmy's show as well. That was another big one for me. Yeah. And I guess the classics, Billy Connolly, and because for me, I fell more in love with acting.
Right.
But it was comedy acting that I loved. So Robin Williams, he was another one.
Yeah.
Another absolutely outstanding. Or Jim Carrey. Yeah. What about you?
No.
Where did you fall in love with comedy?
Oh, honestly, man, like I've been in love with comedy forever. Like I remember watching. So my granny had this VHS tape of, it was Bruce Forsyth and Norman Wisdom at the Apollo, or maybe there was a pavilion in London. Anyway, and they'd done this sketch where they were painters and decorators, and Bruce Forsyth played the straight guy, and Norman Wisdom was just being Norman Wisdom. And it was basically like he'd get trapped behind the ladder, and when he was climbing up, he got given the wallpaper, and he got given the wallpaper, and he was climbing up the ladder, but he was standing, and the wallpaper was just this tiny wee bit of ripped paper at the end, and then he'd be slathering it on, and he'd slide down. So I've been a fan of comedy forever, like just because of stuff like that. And sketch comedy is like my favourite type of comedy. Like, see, like growing up watching, especially like I was never like a royalist or anything growing up, but I always loved the Royal Variety. I loved the variety, like, and again, being at my granny's, she'd put it on, so all that type of stuff. And then as you kind of get older, like watching the Chappelle Show and like Still Game and all that type of thing, you know, you're watching all these things where it's just, I love it, absolutely adore it. Is so when there we are, hitting stuff and getting that excited. So it was funny because like when Richie had said that you guys had connected, I was like, this is bloody brilliant, this is amazing. Do you know what I mean? Because like I had obviously known who you were before kind of meeting you and knowing about the song and stuff like that, so I was like, yeah, Visa. So I was dead excited,
That's always nice for us to hear as well, because I think sometimes when you're in doing it, you actually don't know who's seen it.
Yeah.
We know it's a lot of people. We just don't know who
actually likes it. People.
And it's always nice when things come back to you, and like, or like meeting people on the street or whatever, and they come up and tell you how much they like it. Because honestly, it's just like being pals. It's just two pals that you like to do silly things with. Yeah. And so it's nice when people take to it. There are people who don't take to it. That's fine too.
Yeah, well, listen, they've just not got a sense of humour.
I know, exactly.
Because I think the first thing I seen kind of TikTok wise was when you done like Harry Potter stuff.
Oh yeah, you used to do a lot of that.
Yeah. And I remember like I used to share that with everybody. I was dying laughing. I just anything that kind of is parody and stuff like that. So yeah, I was genuinely like dead excited. So yeah, I'm grateful that we were able to kind of do this, and like obviously the charity single as well. And I suppose kind of takes us to that. You know, you've obviously done the charity single. I suppose why Cahonas, was there a personal reason, or did it just feel like a right fit at the time, you know?
Well, Cahonas has kind of came on my radar a while back, a few years ago, because you guys had done a collaboration with, was it Bob Bags?
Bob Bags, yes.
That was it, yeah, it was Bob Bags. Because there's the other one, isn't there? I always get the two of them confused. There's Bob Bags and then
there's just the other one.
Just the other one. Yeah, so you guys had done a collaboration with Bob Bags, and I'd seen that, and I thought, oh, this is cool. But I didn't know the brand at the time. I didn't know what Cahonas was, so I looked it up. And then I did have that thought of like, I don't know if I've actually ever checked, and I must have been about 25 at the time, and I don't think I'd actually ever once thought to check. And I think even alone on the marketing sense of that, I'm like, you're reaching an audience that may not have thought to do that and or thought to check, and that's what piqued my interest, because I'm like, well, that's a thing that affects every man, and it's something that every man should be checking about, and especially when, you know, this is one aspect of men's health, but when you think about it on a broader scale, men in general are sometimes not the best at communicating, particularly when it comes to physical health and obviously mental health too. But I think there's a vulnerability thing there with some men where they it's easier to put a guard up and not talk about those things. So I think for us, working with Cahonas this year was a really great fit. Also because you guys are quite good at the comedy side of marketing, like with the collaboration with Bob Bags and that sort of thing. And it came into my head, and I thought, I think there could be something here with that. And I mean, if I was taking what do you call it? If I was alerted to it by seeing that collaboration with Ball Bags, in my head I'm thinking, well, hopefully with our song there'll be maybe our audience or other people who through the song will have the same sort of reaction to it. And be like, you know, I think that's why I thought would love to work with them.
Because that one thing, it's like if you guys like he's out there and you do a show, and if even just one person goes away that night and checks themselves, even if like, and hopefully you'll touch wood they don't find anything, but even if they do that check, at least you've done a kind of great service to your kind of men's health within your own community and fan base as well, eh? So I think that's the thing that Richie, like when I first started, because I've only been working with Cahonas for, this will be my 3rd year, and I think we spoke about this like when we were doing the music video like thing, and how Richie has built the brand to look, you know, and how it feels, and if we can start getting the name out there more and more and more, I think like people will be really surprised that it's just 2 guys working at a Clydebank, do you know what I mean, who are able to kind of, I mean, with the Check Your Baubles first campaign that Richie done, like 44 million people like interacted with that, and that's just wild. The fact he'd done that himself, you know. So to have a segue in, I think that's the thing. Like Richie's really great at having that attention to detail, but he's not avoidant of taking like of having a laugh and a joke about stuff as well, because you kind of have to. It's especially being a Scottish charity, like that's how we deal with stuff. Scottish guys will take the mick, and it's. I mean, especially when I was going through my cancer treatment, do you know what I mean? I was like, I tell this when I'm doing my talks, like I got called 50 Cent, half sack. Do you know what I mean? It's like the one ball for Wimbledon. You know, it's like the boys. Like I got like, because when I was completely bald, it's like, oh, there's Uncle Fester coming. You know, so it's like, but that's just like Scottish humour, and it's how we kind of got through it. And if I didn't laugh going through it, you would have great all the time, eh? So yeah, it's.
But I think that's it. That you've absolutely nailed it there, which is, it's why I think the brand in itself and what you guys are doing is it does deserve that recognition. It really does. It deserves people to, you know, be involved with the charity and to spread the word more, because comedy, particularly in Scotland, is such a massive thing for us. And the way in which, because people say that, don't they, the Scottish sense of humour, it's always like taking the piss but you still give them a cuddle, you know, and there's something really heartwarming about that, and I think just even from what you're saying, like that sort of patter that people respond to news that isn't great news, but they're able to, I wouldn't say turn it into something positive, but make it manageable. And I think that's incredibly important. So yeah, I don't really know where I'm going with that point. I'm sorry. I just thought I'd say it.
It sounds lovely. No, but that's what it is. I suppose it's the way that you're putting that is kind of like how we want guys to speak anyways, you know, and the fact that the 3 of us are sitting here and we're able to talk about like comedy, but then we're able to talk about testicular cancer and it not be an embarrassing thing. I think that's the biggest thing. Like when you guys putting the single out there obviously kind of helps take away that stigma and embarrassment, and without being kind of overly like blowing smoke, I think the song's amazing, like genuinely amazing. I think the way you guys put it together, I think the lyrics are perfect for it. Do you know, I think that the subtle nods to everything, it's like it's saying it without saying it, but it's got this great message within it. And yeah, like when I remember when Richie first sent the kind of like the demo that he's had done, bloody hell, I was like, this is great, this is fantastic. So I suppose how's the reaction been like for you guys? Like how have people, you know, even within your own peer group and things like that, reacted to it?
Everybody that I've spoke to has really enjoyed it. Even like my nieces and stuff like that, they're 3-year-old and are going about shouting, "Check your baubles," and I got to nursery and singing it and stuff like that, which is good that it's appealing to everybody. And like even my daughter's like Daddy's song, and then you play it and then she'll say "Feeling This Christmas" and stuff like that. So it's like it's good that it's got that sort of appeal all over. I'm just glad that nobody's been negative about it. I think it's attached to a charity, so you can't be negative about it, can you? Even if it was rubbish, people would say it was good, but nah, it's good.
Yeah, no, I think it was important to us when we were writing it that we got the balance of comedy and charity. Because at the end of the day, it's the thing that's important about the song is spreading the message. But we also wanted to just, because we swear a lot.
Yeah.
And the amount of times I wanted to put in the word fuck or something and I couldn't.
Yeah.
So it was nice to challenge ourselves in that way and put it together. But I don't think we'd realised at the time when we were in the studio that it happened so quickly. Like the words, thank you very much. The words kind of came out within a space of like 25 minutes. All of a sudden we had this tune that was all innuendos.
Yeah.
And we were sitting there listening to it thinking, oh, this is pretty good, by the way. We're actually not bad songwriters. This is actually all right. So it was a lot of fun to do. And I think the reaction's been great. And obviously it got into the iTunes charts. For 4 days it was up there.
Yeah.
And then Mariah Carey we could have got there. I feel like we were close.
Yeah.
We were close to getting...
Be Mariah.
Yeah. I think and there's still time in terms of the iTunes charts and stuff like that as well. So I think there's still bags of time making and Richie being Richie, he'll be pumping out there and getting
and
everyone.
the celebrity backing for everything, even for the campaign itself, it's been incredible. Like Sam Hewen the other day, our Instagram's been going off its nut.
Yeah, I bet.
Because he's shared that video and obviously I think the three of us are tagged on it. So just we're getting tons of Outlander fans just all over the page. I'm like, what's going on here?
You just want to like hope that transfers into like single buys or at least, you know. But because I think I don't know what it was the last time, but I remember like going on it I think it was the day after. It's like 100,000 views or something like that for or likes, and you're going, how's he got that reach? But
I know,
I could imagine your Instagram must have been going absolutely mental.
It was going quite mental. And then I think we still need to work out. So the music video's out. Music videos on Instagram. I seen it. Was it the Herald or the Scotsman that did an article on it?
Yeah.
So I seen that's out. We still need to post that on Facebook.
I would need to save the file.
I can't save the file. Richie, I can't save the file for some reason. But yeah, we need to get that up. But again, I think it's just the most feedback I got was on the music video. Yeah. I actually got some really nice messages about it. One of my pals had said, he was like, knowing that who was all there and what you were doing, it was like, it was such a nice thing. Like, it was such a... It's like there was no fancy sort of build up to it. There was no like crazy taking it too far or trying to do the overly cheesy charity thing. It's like you didn't do that, and you all kept it very grounded, and just seeing you all there and he said it was quite an emotional thing. But I don't think when we were all doing it, I don't think we thought it would have that effect. But I don't know when you watched it yourselves, but I did feel a bit like that. I was like, this is such a nice thing. Yeah, it's just a nice thing that we're doing and that we're all involved in. And
I think because like obviously me and Richie were kind of like just making sure like everybody was all right, and then you're going about and me being daft and trying to put on a Santa outfit. You know what I mean?
Best cameo ever. Best cameo ever.
But it was. When you look back at it, I think the way that Craig shot it and the way that he's kind of edited it, it did feel like very emotional. And I think the thing is as well, like the group of guys that were there, I mean, they're all genuinely lovely humans as well. I think that was, and I hope you guys felt that as well. It's
100%, yeah.
I think that night it was just a good laugh.
I feel like like a wee community coming together.
Yeah,
which was good.
And which is odd, because not odd. Which is what we hoped when. So the reason the podcast started, and I've said this a million times, but so Todd that owns the Good Coffee Cartel, we. Went to meet him just to try and talk about getting a collaboration on a coffee, which we done, and he's going to do another one next year. But we were just talking, and Richie was just sitting back, and there was a shared experience and laughing and joking, talking about it, and he went, how's this not getting recorded? Like, we need to do a podcast with this. And then all the guys who were there had all been on. So they'd all told their story, and you're building that community. You're getting guys who know that, it's okay to talk to this guy about this, and they kind of feel open and a little bit more, allowing themselves to be vulnerable in a sense and talk about their emotions with a group of guys, because they go, well, they've been through the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, so it was cool. Like, I thought it was just good fun. I think the whole music video just looks great as well, and yeah, I love it.
That's good.
Aye. I suppose as well, like when like you're obviously kind of sitting down and you wrote that, like for you guys, have you got a kind of favourite moment in the song or a favourite lyric in the song that you're like, it's my kind of favourite wee bit?
What? Do you want me to
Stand Your Tree Tall Now?
Yeah,
is my favourite bit.
yeah. It's a good one.
Yeah,
yeah.
I've stole that for you.
No, I think mine is. Well, I remember writing it in the booth because I had Jack, who was the music producer on the track. He was playing it over and over again. And I was just listening to it, and I had to run everything past them. But I remember in this booth, I was sitting there going. And I went, you might want to check twice if you're taking Santa's advice. And I just thought that was, for me, that's a brilliant line.
Yeah.
And I came out and they liked it. Some of them were quite hard, though, I'll be honest. Some of the lines were difficult. I mean, the one about, oh my God, we spent about half an hour, once we'd kind of come up with the basics, we'd spent about half an hour debating if the line about Gran and gloves and snowballs was actually any good or not.
Right.
And we were like, and we'd had like 4 different variants of it. We're like in middle of summer, the sun's out, it's August, and we're sitting there writing, or July, whenever it was, and we're sitting there writing songs about Christmas.
I try to feel Christmassy in the height of summer. Because I'm the same as you. Like, Stand Your Tree Tall Now is like, I think it's just brilliant.
Yeah.
And like, it's all those subtle kind of innuendos. It's fab. And I think that's the thing. And I suppose was it during writing it, or was it at this just when you realised that you wanted to do it, that you thought you'd do that broad appeal of, like, you wouldn't put any swearing in it? Was that the kind of right out the gate?
Right out the gate. I think it was important for a number of reasons, and one of them being that if you want to maximise exposure, keep it friendly. And also, I think you want to make sure that you want as many people as you can listen to this. So for us, that included families. It's not just about, because I think that's maybe a misconception, isn't it? That like it's not affecting just one person; it's affecting everybody around them. It's a big thing, particularly for that individual. So I wanted to write. Well, I think we all did. We all wanted a song that could be a family song, and that everyone in their family could sing, and it. I think it kills a stigma. Am I right in using that word? I think doing it that way killed the stigma a bit of because I think I'd actually spoke to Richie about this before, and he talked about the stigma of it, and he's like, yeah, it's the language, isn't it? It's saying stuff like your boss or this, that, and the other, and he said we shouldn't be scared of using those words. It's not. It doesn't make it a thing we can't talk about, or you know. But for this, I thought, right, we'll use all the jokes, but we'll try and find a way that we can still not get the jail if people under the age of 18 are singing it.
It's kind of like the Disney effect, isn't it? It's like you watch Disney movies when you're young and you think this is class, and then you watch it when you're older and all these like innuendos and like we undercurrents are all there. So
you look at Toy Story, it's full of like see when the hockey puck goes by, he's like, yeah, you hockey puck, and it's like it's meant to be schmuck. And you're like, oh, as an adult, you're like, oh, that's brilliant. But I'm always like, I'm like that though. See, like with my wee girl, like so my son's 15. So he's right at that age range anyway. So like, of like, they need to start checking himself and things like that. But see, my wee girl, she's 7, and they were doing this nativity thing, and I thought, imagine Feeling This Christmas becomes the song that they sing. Do you know what I mean? Because you know how they just pick random like songs that they choose. So I imagine Feeling This Christmas became like the wee 8-year-old choirs. So
that would be wild,
but I think that'd be cool because it's like you say, it's got that broad sense, and you know, it's like it's clean, it's fun. And she's the same. She'll like check your box, and I've got it in the car. So I love that. And Richie's girls are the same. You know, he talks about them singing it all the time. So, and even with the stigma thing, like, Richie's so right, and I've actually kind of happened in. God bless you.
I'm really unwell. I'm sorry.
And I went to do a talk somewhere, and they asked me for like a poster, and it was just this generic poster of, you know, like what we're doing, and it was like, check your balls, check your balls, and one of the HR people went, nah, we can't use that. It's like, because somebody will get offended, and you're going, it's the word balls, like how's going to somebody get offended by that? And we come across that, like, no pun intended, quite a lot, like, you know what I mean? It's like that type of pushback. And sometimes I think because when people see testicular cancer, they do shy away from it. But if now people engage with it because, like, oh, there's this Christmas song, and it's this and it's that, I think it's only going to help us in terms of reaching that wider audience and it being okay to talk about as well, eh?
Yeah.
So,
it's a really good point. It's so important. And, you know, it's that annoying thing, isn't it? When you think, particularly with charity work, with Christmas singles, that they are usually so family orientated that I can see why it can be an obstacle for someone like Cahonas to do that. So I think that's why but that's why I think we were if I do say so, I mean, you guys might disagree, that's why I thought we were a great fit.
Perfect fit.
Because I think we're that kind of counterbalance. If we've got that cheeky thing going, that we could probably get away with it.
Yeah.
And we've also got the possibility of making it more what do you call it, accessible as well. Because we have people, we get videos sometimes of people sending us videos of their kids singing the Seagulls song.
Yeah.
You do realise that I like a horrible amount of swearing in that song.
I think we're getting to a stage now as well, though. It's like I've always kind of been like this. I don't necessarily like swear in front of my kids as such, but I don't not like, so it's, I think it's that thing. It's like language is just language. You know what I mean? It's like, I think that it's all in context, and it's like, you know, obviously growing up in nursing, I remember getting told, like, so it's like, say, like, old Jimmy was sitting there and you're saying to him, oh, James, could you urinate into this receptacle for me? He'd be like, what? It's like, go and piss in the bottle. But like, we all Glinda, who's got her twin set and pearls on, you're like, oh, could you urinate? And it works. So it's about choosing and when and where. And I think, like you say, like, obviously having the song the way it is, feeds that, you know. It's like, yeah, you've got this part of your repertoire that's more adult leaning, but it just shows that you guys have got the ability to, you know, really kind of, again, stretch yourselves to a whole new different heights as such, eh? You'll be CBeebies presenters in no time. You'll be doing the bedtime story.
How the fuck are you?
Check your buzz. Because there's a American guy who had testicular cancer, and he wrote a book called Where's Billy's Buzz, and it's like it's done as a kid's book, so it's like, it's got all the pictures, and it's a golfer, and it's like, what's wrong with Billy's balls? That's what it is, eh? And I imagine you guys reading that one. CBeebies, that'd be great.
That'd be good.
Let's pitch it to them.
See if they'll have us.
Exactly. I think they would.
I would love to write a kids' book at some point.
Aye.
I'd really love to do that, like bedtime stories, just
Aye,
silly ones, or do one for adults as well.
especially if you do it like saying like just like a kind of like Scots colloquialisms, It's do pretty well. You know what I mean? Like the adventures of Weegie.
Because I don't think there's anything wrong with swearing. My thing is, it's the intention that goes behind swearing, right?
Yeah.
So I think like you could totally do like the adult pantos. I can swear every 2 seconds in them.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel. I don't think it feels unnecessary. It's just kind of part of it, and I think if it's warm or inviting in that way, it's not. You can't be too deterred from it, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. But it's I think but it was the perfect folder, and like you say, I think you guys were a perfect fit to go with Cahonas in that way. Especially like we do try to keep it light. You know, you could maybe have went to other cancer charities and they would have went, no, you're going to have to make this as straight as anything. Whereas with us, we're like,
Oh, you guys were amazing. I think I was sorry. I think I was the one who was more worried about it.
Yeah, because Richie's just like, no, like anything, like just let's just do it, and it must be good as well. Like, see when you're saying about the kind of backing that it's had online, like some of the like Sam Hewen, but even the folk for like Still Game and Chewing the Fat. That must have been nice to see like these Scottish comedians jump on board with that as well, eh? Like, because when Richie was getting all the videos in, because it's and I hope the way that I've kind of used the songs all right in it as well, because I was like, I've kind of cut the vocal out at that point. I was like,
no, it's good. It was good. I thought they were. I wasn't expecting that the song that we would be in it. I didn't expect the bit at the end. That was great. We had the QR code and everything. So good. Just
again, it's because it's part of it, and it's part of our Christmas message as well. So it's like it was nice to kind of to put it together as well. So it's just been great, and I think the reception that I've had for it, like all my pals and like friends and family, when they've heard it, they've always been like pleasantly like surprised as such. Like, I didn't think it was going to be this, and then the video, like, so professional. I was like, that's what we're aiming for, It's like, it's just been good fun, and hopefully, as it kind of goes on, like this month, more and more people kind of hear it. And obviously we've had some good play on Lomond Radio as well. So Lomond have been playing it, and it was their single of the week. And then I've played it in, like, I've got a show on a Monday, so I've been playing it like to tail off the Monday show, just so that people are going home in their ear type of thing. So
it was always going to be difficult coming up against, because the thing is, I don't think a lot of people might know about. It's not as simple as just writing a song and putting it out. You're coming up against record companies and these, that, and the others that dominate the Christmas charts, and I mean, like, there are millions put into these things, and certain companies will have their own playlists. So on radio, you can't necessarily get into every chart or these sort of things. So when we came out and we're like, right, we're going to do this, I think it was always going to be a big task, but I think we're doing well. And the fact that, I think it's more just the fact that people are still listening to it, and even if we don't, I don't think we're going to get the Scottish number. We can still hope.
We still hope.
We can still hope. I would love for that to happen, but I'm just very happy of what it's done and the way that people are taking to it, because I think for me, see, even if one person has gone away from that and thought, maybe I should check, and actually does, that's worth its weight in gold, just even that alone, but you could still buy the song and you could get us to number one.
Exactly.
But check your balls as well.
Exactly. So I suppose, like,
I'm looking at the monitor.
We'll just do what do you call it? We'll just run it in the cap cut and do the eye contact thing, and just make you shift over like that. But I suppose obviously a big year for you guys anyway. Like, obviously there's a lot kind of going on for you. Tailing off the end of the year, what's next for you guys? What's the big things kind of moving forward for you?
Just try to stay as busy as possible and actually stop us having to work daytime jobs, essentially, because we're all still grafting the day shifts. So I try to stay as busy as possible next year with touring and songs, and just staying relevant online. Try to do bigger shows, and then just sort of keep pushing and push forward with Panto and Fringe and all that, and just see how far we can push it until the wheels fall off.
He's doing Fringe again next year.
We will be.
I know.
We are doing so much. Like we've got about 35 shows maybe
booked in already for the first half of the year.
Right
before we even get to the Fringe.
Woofed.
So there's a lot.
It's when you are doing the Fringe, do you do like the daily, like he's just doing it day by day, or
so we started? Last year we only done a week, because the year before we done the full month, and it's because we don't really have the budget to pay flyers and stuff like that, so we go out and do it ourselves. So we'll be out, like, our show will be like 8-9 o'clock at night, and we'll be in for like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, flyering up until the show, and then doing it, then going home late at night, and then going to work, and then coming in and doing it again. So we decided, let's cut it down to a week so we don't pass away.
Yeah, we did have flyers actually.
But we're still doing it
But
ourselves.
I think part of it is as well is the control thing for me. I don't trust other people with our stuff. Well, I'm like, because I'm like, will you actually go and do it? And I'm sure they did, but that was one of them. But you're right, it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's a lot
Listen,
of work.
guys, if there's any Cahonas supporters that want to jump on board for flyering next year, reach out. It's like,
Just don't be rubbish.
yeah, just don't be rubbish and actually hand them out. that's the thing, you might get folk after this go, I'll do that for you.
There you go,
Some folk like standing out in the cold. I don't. I'm not doing it for you.
Not a
You can get
chance.
lost.
Check those flyers.
And I suppose that's another question. Is there anything more kind of like obviously the World Cup next year, do you think you'll do a World Cup song and things like that? Is there something in the pipeline there?
I can't say anything. I'm looking at the camera. I don't know if my eyes are fitting into it. Yeah, there's maybe something going on.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
all I can really-
Listen, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I think that's fair
Yeah.
to say. There's maybe something going on.
Cool.
It's very, very, very early stages. But there's been a conversation. Were you part of the conversation?
Sure.
I think you are. I think I must have told you.
Aye.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, spoiler. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Aye. But have you seen, sorry, very quickly, the only reason I'm really wanting to kind of push that is because, there's the 3 lines on his shirt one, the English one.
Yeah.
They're comedians. I didn't realise that until years later that, it's Frank Skinner, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd be dealing Skinner.
Aye.
Yeah. Aye.
So I'm like, that's what you want.
Exactly. I think as well, like, but because of the way you guys do it, and I think that's that typical Scotland, get behind Scotland. So hopefully,
Might need you for another music video.
listen, if I've got to dress up, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it and no bother.
Are you going to go to America for it?
No. I've got family out there, but I don't think we're going to get out. You guys going to get out at all? Like,
We've got a pal out there.
right?
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
what happens.
We'll see what happens. I really want to, but I think if we go back to that festival, it's in the September anyway. So can we justify it?
Don't know. Maybe we need to sell some more tickets so we can afford it.
Sell lots of the singles so they can afford to go out and see it.
Yeah.
But I hope this has been okay and not been too
It's been
torturous for
brilliant,
you.
mate. I'm sorry if I've been very unwell, so I'm sorry.
No, listen, you like you
Can't even tell.
I know. Well, you can tell.
Yeah,
but
you can tell.
I'm mumbling and I'm like, "Ugh."
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm really grateful he's coming on and thanks so much for doing the single and being such kind of good sports with it all and that. So
No, of course,
thanks
still
for
got a
having
long
us.
way to go. We're only on the 11th,
mhm.
so let's see what we can
Yeah.
Yep.
do.
Plenty of time, aye.
Yeah, so we'll get it out there. So thanks so much.
Cheers. Thank you. Cheers.
Feeling this Christmas. Check your ball underneath the tree lights. Check for trouble. Around the